Good morning, everyone. So today we're going to continue our lesson to the multiplication of matrix as we already learned last meeting or last period of time. We already talked about the operation of matrix, that we already done the addition and subtraction. Now we continue to the multiplication of matrix. Actually, this multiplication of matrix is same with the normal number, like a real number multiplication. First, there's two uh, kinds of multiplication in matrix that both we can use in our daily life. First one is multiplication matrix by a number, or we call it scalar. The second one is multiplication by another matrix. Scalar here means the number, real number, like the normal number. So the first one we're gonna discuss is multiplication by number or scalar, means that matrix times by a real number, like normal number. Example, I have real number here is 3 and times by a matrix with 2, -1 and 1 and 4. So if you find something like this kind of problem, matrix time a number, just times the real number with the each element of inside the matrix. So like 3 times by 2, 2 here, and then 3 times -1 here, 3 times -1, and then 3 times 1 here, 3 times 1, and then 3 times 4, 3 times 4. Then we're gonna calculate this, so we find the new matrix as the result. 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times -1 is -3, 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 4 is 12. So we get the result is 6, -3, 3, and 12. That's simple because it's really easy because we only times the element of matrix with the real number. And how about the second one is multiplication by another matrix, means that matrix time matrix. For this kind of subtopic, you need to remember two things that very important when you are going to times matrix by matrix. First, you have to remember the requirement, so you can times matrix, you must be same order. That's the first one. If you have like this one, so this is 2 by 2 and then here is 2 by 2 also, so this one can be can be multiplied because they have the same order. In other ways, if the matrix has not same order, the requirement is the number of column in the left hand. This is the left one, okay, left. The number of column is, remember, row times column, right? And then here row times column. So the number columns in the left hand, this one the left and then this one the right side, so the column is here. So this, in this case, is 2, must be equal to the number of rows in the right hand. This is the right hand, that this is the row, means that 2. As you can see here, 2 and 2 here is same. So there's no other requirement to prove that both of these matrices can be multiplied. So remember this, the requirement that matrix can be multiplied by matrix is only if they have same order, of if the number of columns in the left one same with the number of rows in the left side. Okay, we are going to the example. Okay, now talking about the example, how to multiply the matrix is, as the first one, we have to make sure they have the same order, and then the number of column in this way, in this side, same with the row number in this side. Both of this one, we prove that this one is can be multiplied. Now how to multiply them is, see by this one, okay, row, okay, times column. Okay, remember, row times column. First row times by first column. So 3 times 2 here, 3 times 2, plus, remember, plus 2 times 1 here, 2 times 1, okay? Remember, okay? First is row times column, then times each element like this. Look at my finger, 2, this is, and this one. Okay, can you see that? 2, this one. Jadi dimiringin begitu loh. Pertama dari ini, and then ke bawah. Kemudian 3 dengan 2, dengan 1 dan 5. So, this is the first one. 3 times 2 here, 3 times 2, and then 2 times 1 here, 2 times 1. Then the second, this row times by the second column. So we got 3 times 1 is here, 3 times 1, and then 2 times 5 is here, 2 times 5. Then you do for the second row to the first column again. So 4 times 2, 4 times 2, and then 1 times 1, 1 times 1. Then the second row to second column. So 4 times 1, here is 4 times 1, and then 1 times 5, here 1 times 5. Then after you got this all, we're gonna find that simplify this, or we fix that. 3 times 2 is 6, 2 times 1 is 2, so 6 plus 2 is 8, and then 3 times 1 is 3, 2 times 5 is 10, so 3 plus 10 is 13. Then 4 times 2 is 8, 1 times 1 is 1, 8 plus 1 is 9. Then 4 times 1 is 4, 1 times 5 is 5, so 4 times 5 is 9. So we got the answer is 8, 13, 9, and 9. Remember, this order is 2 by 2, right? Okay, so if you have the same order matrix that you can multiply, of course, the answer must have the same order with the question. Now, how about the next one is matrix times by matrix, and if the matrix times matrix is have not same order, example like this, I have this matrix with the order is 2 by 3, 2 by 3, and then I would like to times it with matrix with order 3 by 2. As you can see here, I already marked 3. This is the number of column of the first, the left one, and then the number of row in the right side is also 3. So we make 3 and 3 is same. Checklist. And then 2 and 2 here must be the order of the result. So later on, the result here must be 2 by 2. The order is 2 by 2. So how we can prove the result must be 2 by 2? So check this out. Okay. First time, remember, if there is 1, 2, 3, so means that in the first row, there is 3 elements, 3, and then here the column is 1, 2, 3, so 3, and then 3 here. Okay, jadi dipasangkan ke seperti 2 dengan 1, 1 dengan 1, negatif 2 dengan 4, like that. So, tinggal dikalikan aja. 2 kali 1 ini dia. 2 times 1, then 1 times 1, 1 times 1, and then negative 2 times 4. This is negative 2 times 4. Then next. Jadi kalau sudah dari sini ketemu ini, kemudian dari sini lagi ketemu si ini. Oke, jadi dia semua saling dikalikan. Kemudian 2 times 0 here, 2 times 0, and then 1 times negative 2. Dan negatif 2 times 3. Negatif 2 times 3. Selesai dengan barisan pertama dengan kedua kolomnya. Kemudian barisan kedua dengan kolom yang pertama. Oke. 0 times 1. Here 0 times 1. 1 times 1. Here 1 times 1. And then 3 times 4. Here 3 times 4. Dan dari second row, second column. Oke. 0 times 0 is here. 1 times negative 2 here, and then 3 times 3 is here. Now, if we already got this, we can fix it easily. 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. 2 times 0 is 0. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. Negative 2 times 3 is equals to negative 6. 0 times 1 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1, 3 times 4 is 12. 0 times 0, of course, 0. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2, and then 3 times 3 is 9. After this, we gonna fix it again. 2 plus 1 plus negative 8. 2 plus 1 is 3, plus negative 8 is negative 5, and then 0 plus negative 2 is negative 2, plus negative 6 is negative 8. 0 plus 1 is 1, plus 12 is 13. 0 plus negative 2 is negative 2, plus 9 is equals to 7. So we get the answer is negative 5, negative 8, 13, and 7. As you can see, here, the order is 2 by 2, as we expected before. So here, 2 by 2 order. So from this one, actually from the question, you already can predict that your answer gonna be how many order. Okay, so be careful on your question. If the number of column and the number of row here is not same, we cannot multiply that matrix. So like this one, if matrix A has an order 1 by 3, and then matrix B has order 1 by 2, as you can say, 3 as number of column and 1 as number of row here is not same, so we cannot multiply this. Okay, I hope you guys understand. After this, I'm gonna give one more video about the exercise to make sure everyone is clearly understand. Then I will show you how to done with some question that is concluded in the multiplication of matrix.